when it was -15 and we had to go give birth, like half of her tail basically fell off because I was so concerned about the ears. I'm like, okay, we've got to make sure we get the ears dry and warm so that the ears don't freeze. And I was so focused on the ears, it never occurred to me. Their little tails have a lot of hair on them. They're tucked under them. And so not something that's really going to dry on its own. I did not realize what happened until like 2 weeks later. Instead of being nice and straight, it was like this. It was an L shape. So be very cognizant of the tails. The other thing is that we had a situation also where it was 25 degrees below zero overnight one time. And when that happened, we had a kid that was just a couple days old who his two hind legs froze and they fell off a couple weeks later. And I didn't realize he was limping a few days later and I couldn't figure out why because the legs still looked normal and I was looking at him and feeling them and everything. And then after the first leg fell off, I knew what it was because I had a student from Canada previously who had temperatures that were that low and they lost electricity. And so they had several kids that lost their legs. And we only lost legs on one kid, probably because kids usually have all their legs tucked underneath them when they're sleeping. But my guess is that this kid fell asleep at one point, and had both legs off to the side. And so when he had his legs off to the side, they got froze. And so that's when they basically froze and then ultimately fell off.